Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to Mixed Media Mayhem, which I'm combining today with May I Scraplift You. Today I'm scraplifting Erin Taylor from @ErinTaylor_papercrafting over on Instagram. And our recipe for Mixed Media Mayhem is black background, stencils, and thread. So I chose her layout because I knew I could go ahead and change out that back patterned paper for a stencil, and so I am using this diamond stencil, and I am not sure where this is from. I borrowed it from either Sandy, actually I think I borrowed it from MK while we were at a retreat, so I can't tell you exactly where it's from, but I really liked it. I like that it's kind of distressed and funky. And I'm just using some Distress Oxide ink in Victorian Velvet. I thought that matched my other papers well. I am kind of going with this pinkish purplish color, mostly because my friend in the photo, her favorite color is purple. So I wanted to kind of have a nod to her, even though this is well, it's kind of lavender in the actual ink pad, but it kind of looks more pink with the black background. And then I am using this striped paper, which isn't exactly purple, but it's kind of a nod to that, so I don't know. It's what I had. So I looked far and wide for the scrap of that black paper, or that kind of charcoaly paper that has the heart, diamond, spade, and club on it, because the photo is taken at a casino. When we were at a scrapbooking retreat, the hotel we stay in is, there's a casino downstairs. So we stopped off there for a few moments. And anyway, I decided to use that Mylar type of paper, or shiny metallic paper, because she uses a lot of that in her scrapbooking. So again, a little bit of a nod to her. And there is a little bit of purple in that floral paper, although I don't know that I am going to use it. It's got pink flowers and the leaves in it are purple. So what started out as a nod to her in purple, it quickly became pink. So it is what it is. And I think that's mostly because that Victorian Velvet kind of reads as a pink rather than a purple. So I pulled out a bunch of scraps. Actually, this entire layout is made with scraps other than the black background. And I am just layering up all kinds of the scraps with some black and white in between the other patterned papers so that they pop. And I really liked the black and white stripes. There's two different kinds. There's one that's just a diagonal stripe, and then there's this one that I'm using here that is a diamond. That one's a Bella Boulevard paper from the Pandas and Popsicles collection, or Popsicles and Pandas, something like that. Pretty old. And then this is a Maggie Holmes paper. You would never know it from this side, at least in my opinion. The other side, though, is pink and gold bows, which are not my thing. So I really bought it for that side. Now I am pulling out some acrylic pieces from MK's shop, Some Assemblage Required. I am going to use one of those playing cards in each of my embellishment areas, and then I'm going to also use the diamond, heart, spade, and club. Anyway, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to use those on my layout as well. And I will be tying in that red somehow. I got to figure that one out. My title is going to be Cha-Ching, and I am using some dies that I will put the link for down below. And I am cutting them again on that shiny paper. I'm pretty sure that paper is from Tonic Studios. So I think it's their mirror paper. And I really liked that it was shiny, as well as the first layer of paper that is backing the photo. So I thought that was just a really good nod to a casino, kind of like that bright lights, shiny, disco-y kind of thing. Gosh, I'm doing a lot of nods over here. Anyway, same with the stencil work. I went over that with a little bit of Stickles gel in, I think it's called Moon Dust. I'm looking at it right now to see. It is called, Moon Dust Stickles Gel, Glitter Gel. And I didn't do a really good job of going over it, and that was purposeful. I just want some of it to have kind of that shininess. The diamonds already look kind of distressed, so I wanted to play off of that distressed look. I also used my awesome edge distressor from MK's shop. It is like the best distressor I have ever used because it's really chunky and you can hold it in your hand, and it's got multiple slots for your blade or your paper to go into so that you get lots of different edges of different parts of the blade. Hopefully that makes sense, but it's really easy to use. And so I roughed up the edges of some of those papers, including the striped one all the way in the back and the one with all of the hearts and different suits on it. Now I'm using just a really old Sizzix die, and I'm cutting out some of this black and white diagonal striped paper to be just kind of like my little landing space for some of my embellishments here. And I like that because it kind of lightens things up. And I also pulled out some of the film strips. These are from the 49 and Market, one of their collections, but they came in one of the monthly embellishment boxes from Some Assemblage Required, which is MK's shop. So I am using those. You get just a small sampling of them rather than getting a whole ton of them. These are the die numbers that I used. I will try to put those down below. I don't know if they're even available anymore. And I don't think I used that Elizabeth Craft one. I only used the Sizzix one. And now I am using some alcohol ink. This is Piccassio, I believe is the name of it. So I'm using one of their opaque white inks, and I'm putting it on top of the red suits here. And then I'm using one of the pinks in the set, and I am kind of spreading that out because I don't care if the red shows through. I just want it to be a little pinker than red. And by using the opaque white, mixing it with the pink, it kind of does the job. And then I'm just dabbing a little bit of it into the 3 diamonds on this little 3 card, so the red reads more as pink rather than red. And I'm not worrying about the edges of it. I'm just doing the top part just so it kind of reads that way when you first glance at it. I don't mind that it's red on the sides of the card or on those two, the heart and the diamond. I'm using a little liquid glue to adhere my title down. I did back all of those with some fun foam from Walmart, and before I ran it through the die cut machine. So here's my little cluster. While I go ahead and adhere those down, I just want to remind you there are a bunch of people playing along with both Mixed Media Mayhem. The links will be down below for that, and then also with May I Scraplift You, and there will be a link to a playlist down below where you can see all of the videos that have been released so far. So go and check that out, and also check out what everyone else is doing for Mixed Media Mayhem. So that is it, you guys. Thank you. Oh, I did add stitching. I forgot to mention that. So there is some stitching on the top and the bottom of that vertical striped paper in the background, and on the one with all the different suits on it. That is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave those down below and I will get back to you as quickly as I can. I really appreciate you guys spending time with me today, and hit that thumbs up button if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.